Let me just begin with some of the news headlines here that we'll be covering after the break. Iraq needs U.S. military support until 2020. What a surprise. 7 years ago, that was the Pentagon's official position. Of course, they lie to the public and say, oh, we're leaving next year. And then the next year comes, oh, we're leaving the year after that. Don't say that we lied to you. It's a conspiracy theory. If you question anything government does, if you question any forms of corruption or any problems, you are a conspiracy theorist. We have a C-SPAN clip where they had one of the former heads of counterterrorism on, and he just, every time they called in and brought up government-sponsored terror and documents and members of the military and Pentagon going public about it and the 9/11 Commission going public, the guest and the host of the CNN Washington Journal, the C-SPAN Washington Journal, would just say, conspiracy theory. That's just their answer to everything. If you say Halliburton's corrupt, conspiracy theory. If you say Enron's corrupt, conspiracy theory. For 11 years, if you said Bernie Madoff was running a Ponzi scheme, conspiracy theory. If you say taxes are too high, conspiracy theory. Or if you say you don't want government-run health care, you're a racist. And now Schmidt, the head of Google, is in the news every 2 or 3 days saying, everything you do will be surveilled. There is no anonymity. There is no privacy. You're stupid. You don't know how to handle it. This is just the way it is. We're going to do whatever we want. And yes, we work for the NSA and CIA. And yes, we're tracking everything. And yes, we've got white vans worldwide, not just photographing and videotaping your house and your street, but we're grabbing all of your wireless transmissions illegally. And we're just going to do it. And we're going to start taking over the web and shutting off what websites you can see. And that's just what we're going to do. He was in the news yesterday saying things like this. The head of Facebook calls you dumb effers, that you trust him. He's selling all your data. Ha, ha, ha. You thought your private pages were private. They've now made all that public. Ha, ha, ha. They're selling it all. Ha, ha, ha. Twitter's run by the CIA and State Department. Ha, ha, ha. They're just doing it. And here's the creme de la creme, or the coup de grace, the ultimate expression of it. Homeland Security 3 years ago had meetings and said they want to deploy, until there was a public outcry, that everyone, when you go to the airport, they go, here is your taser bracelet that will deliver 50,000 volts into your arm, and everyone will wear it. And they even cut to people on the street saying, I think it's great, it will stop Al-Qaeda, the non-existent, made-up Pentagon boogeyman. And so that's the final expression, is I guess like the Running Man, you're all wearing a taser bracelet, or I guess an explosive necklace around your neck that blows your head off if the government decides that you're a threat. So the government and global corporations, they're more secretive than ever. They obsess over the public not knowing anything they're doing. They're offshore. They're above the law. They write the laws where they're exempt. But you have no privacy. You have no rights. And all of the military deployed at public places and landmarks in the last 7, 8 years, 9 years now, coming up on 9/11 anniversary, all of the militarization of police, all of the intimidation, all of the checkpoints and the blood draw checkpoints, all of it is to buffalo you and to dominate you into full submission to them. Just completely giving up and letting the system get away with it, and acclimating the public, the police, the courts, the enforcers, the media, the government people to accept something more Orwellian than 1984. And, oh, we're going to drug your water. And, oh, we're going to give you vaccines to make you happy. You'll never be upset again. And, oh, we are putting fluoride in the water to make you submit. It wasn't just for your teeth. Ha, ha, ha. And, yeah, you know, girls are going into puberty at 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. Yeah, the bisphenol A gives you cancer. We don't care. It makes you submit. It makes boys infertile and fries women. Isn't it great? We're just going to do it. And then we have this 8-minute clip of C-SPAN with one of the former heads of counterterrorism on from the Bush administration, and every caller called in, plugging Infowars.com, talking about all these top generals and people saying 9/11's an inside job, or how Building 7 wasn't hit by a plane and it's on video that they said, get back, we're blowing it up, and or how 6 of the 10 commissioners and 3 of the lawyers say it's a criminal cover-up and a lie, and he would just say conspiracy theory. And the host would say, oh, more conspiracy theorist. Just a nice, easy one-liner for the public. Sit down, shut up, and take it. And so here it is from Cryptome, but then they excise a piece of CBS News. Lawmakers are considering controversial new legislation this week that would allow vehicles to be equipped with dashboard cameras to record the movements leading up to accidents. The proposed law, AB 1942, would promote safer driving habits and reduce accidents by permitting video recorders to be installed on the windshield. The bill currently allows devices to record video, audio, how fast and which direction the vehicle is traveling, a history of where your car has been, steering and brake performance, that's in the black box, and seatbelt usage. Proponents say there are enough measures to avoid an invasion of privacy, but others call the proposal a huge overreach of government power. And it wires into that cell phone that's in the dash, that wires it all back to the commissariat, back to the NKVD, back to Homeland Security. So they're just coming out with all of it now, flaunting it in our faces. They could care less what we think about it. They could care, and they're just attempting to dominate us. Yeah, we're saving the naked body scans. Yeah, we've been taking your baby's blood and giving it to the Pentagon secretly for 38 years, and we lied to you and said it was a blood test. Yeah, we called people that exposed us conspiracy theorists, but it's all true. Yeah, we're saving the images and bathing you in 20 to 50 times the radiation we previously said. Yes, we're a pack of criminal liars. That's just the way it is. Meanwhile, Paul Watson wrote a story yesterday that we didn't get to. Cybersecurity lie exposed. Power plants are not connected to the internet. And in a Wall Street Journal article, they talk about, well, the Cybersecurity Act claims that it is to stop people hacking in to power plants and other infrastructure, critical infrastructure, but that's not what it does. They say, really, people have to get in with thumb drives and then steal data or put viruses in because they're not connected. It's all a hoax. It's all a lie. Now, I want to go to your phone calls right now, Adam, Austin, Ruth, Daniel, and others that are patiently holding. Then I'm going to get into CNBC. America is bankrupt. Mickey Mouse economy. Peter Schiff says we're in the early stages of a depression. 15 economic statistics that just keep getting worse. We'll go over those. Also, more cover-ups about the ongoing fractured seafloor for up to 20 miles away of the Deepwater Horizon well. And all these top scientists and university professors and the Maritime Sciences Dean, they're all saying they've been told by the government, shut your mouth. Do not talk about what you've seen with your submarines or underwater cameras. Do not discuss it still leaking. We're telling the schmuck public to suck their thumb, and they like sucking their thumb. And they're lying and saying core exit's not bad for you, and there's no health problems, just like they said on 9/11 with the dust. And you will shut up or have your grant money taken. You will lie like the rest of us. You will drink bisphenol A. You will drink sodium fluoride. You will drink mercury. You will drink lead. You will drink lithium. You will enjoy it, and you will sit down and shut up and watch your 5-year-old go into puberty and get breast cancer at 15. And you will get Alzheimer's at 35. You will sit down and you will eat GMO foods designed to sterilize all mammal species and give you cancer in all the major studies. You will sit down and you will shut up. And we're getting injections ready for you where you won't even be able to get upset anymore. And we're going to put taser bracelets on you to fly on planes. And we've got cameras and microphones going up, listening to everything you're doing. That's the way it is. It's freedom. Sit down and shut up. Madoff is good. Ken Lay is good. Al Gore is good. It's good. Sit down and love it. Love it. Trust your government. Love the banks. Love the New World Order. Don't listen to people that tell you we're in trouble. Don't stand up for freedom. Don't talk about the Bill of Rights. And they openly train police for at least 15 years. I mean, I've been breaking that for 15 years every time police and military send us their training manuals. The famous Phoenix thing from 13 years ago. That's in several of my films, the Phoenix Memo. Do they talk about the Constitution? Do they talk about the Bill of Rights? They're a terrorist. Are they into the Second Amendment? They're a terrorist. They're your sworn enemy. The gun owners, the conservatives, the returning veterans, they're the enemy. This criminal government stages terror attacks and hypes it to scare you into submission. They are terrorists by their own definition.